All right, it's that time of the week. It is Free Jingle Friday.
Hey, it's awesome to be here. How are you? I hope your last week was amazing.
Absolutely. I hope you had a fantastic time. My name is Mike Russell. I'm from musicradiocreative.com.
I am Izabela Russell, also musicradiocreative.com, in case you didn't know.
Make sure to speak into your mic. Thank you,
Yes,
Isabella.
thank you, sorry.
Welcome along. I am, of course, an audio geek. That's why I tell you these things. So we're all about audio. We're all about jingles. We're all about having fun and just making things on a Friday that revolve around audio.
Yay! And we're having fun. We make jingles, we make awesome audio, and we chat about audio things. Literally everything.
That's right. Yeah, and we go live at precisely this time every single Friday, so do not miss it. Unless, of course, we go on holiday, which we may or we may not, depending on whether the government of our wonderful country, the UK, allow us to. That's right. We'll wait and see.
Oh, that was really close to the wire.
Doug's in.
Close to the
I'm
wire.
here. I'm here, though. Doug's in. Hello, Doug. Nice to see you. Gregory, Robin Maxon, Marty Strutt, Student FM. Lots of regulars I'm seeing, and lots of new names as well. Spice FM 107, Bonnie D'Souza, Michael Suhovsky, Hyperlinks Promotions just in the last minute, writing in the chat box, which is wonderful, and the Hampshire studio. How can I forget? Some people are already super chatting. You can also do that by going to our script submission form. Let's first of all set up the details, the instructions. By the way, if you're new to the stream, just type new in all caps in the chat and we'll see you and we'll shout you out. Like the Awesome Guy 101, I answered your question on the Soundcraft desk last week, so I hope you enjoyed that, Awesome Guy 101. Anyway, over to you, Isabella, and set the ground rules. How does this live stream work, particularly for those typing new in the chat right now?
Nice. So does it mean I'm the rule lady?
You are the lady with the iron fist in a silk glove.
Oh dear. Okay, no pressure then. So if you are here for the first time, or returning for that matter, the way to get your scripts recorded, simply head on over to mrc.fm/script. This is where you can submit all of your free requests. Please, one script request per person. And do note that we do remove duplicates, and not only duplicates, we will remove all of your submissions if you do break that rule. Please respect that. It genuinely is to make sure that we can record as many scripts as possible for people who obey the rules. How about that?
Absolutely. And I know all the wonderful new folks, like, for instance, the Awesome Guy 101, Matt Planick, Manuel, John, who's old, of course. We know you, John. Thank you for tuning in again. They'll all follow the rules because they're good.
They are good, yes. They are good. If you would like to have your script not just recorded, but also produced, then you can upgrade within that script submission form, and you can also super chat. It's yellow or above of super chats to get the script produced live on the show. So your script will be recorded and produced on the show, and all the free script submissions will be recorded after the show has ended and uploaded by end of Monday. So you will not get them immediately. So if you are in a rush and want to have something ASAP, then the script upgrade is the way.
For you. Yeah, Student FM got my connection there with the iron fist in the silk glove. So thank you, Student FM.
Nice.
Hi to you, Unusual Suspects 1 as well. Wow, lots of new names in here. Renegade Maxter is back as well, which is wonderful. Talking all about getting emails, wanting emails about the stream going live, which would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do send lots of emails, don't you, Izzy?
I do send lots of emails. So if you are subscribed to Music Radio Creative through our website, so head on over to musicradiocreative.com and just scroll all the way down and click Join the Wave. You can put your email in there, and then you will get weekly reminders about the show. It's just as easy as that, really. We send the email reminders even, and just make sure to keep you up to date with everything. So yeah, it's cool. And we send lots of free jingles, by the way, like
tons. Yeah. So not just the free jingles we make on Free Jingle Friday, but we have all the jingles. All the jingles live here, and we want them in your inbox. So go and put your email in. Simple as that. Anyway, loads going on. I mean, absolutely a ton going on at the moment. First of all, this is quite funny. Every week, right? I'm a massive, massive fan. I love trance music. Every week, Thursday night, I am engaged here in the UK between 7 and 9 p.m. I think in the European Union or the European continent, it's like 8 till 10 p.m. and in America, it's probably like earlier in the day and it's late at night over the other side of the world. But so I always watch A State of Trance with Armin van Buuren. Absolutely love it. And it played on my OCD. It has played for the last few weeks. And I mentioned it to you, last night. And you said, Mike, Just tweet Armin. So essentially, the issue is his microphone, his Shure SM7B, like mine, has the logo the wrong way around. You see the Shure logo. There's the Shure logo. It's the right way round. And so it's just been playing on my OCD the last few weeks. So I sent him a tweet and I pointed it out. I did a little annotation and I said, do you know your Shure logo is upside down on your microphone? Please unscrew it and turn it the right way around. It plays on my OCD.
Such a Mike.
And I tweeted it last night after his show. He does it every week. It's a brilliant show. Absolutely love it. Love the music he plays. And his producer, Ruben Durand, actually got back and said, Mike nailed it.
Nice.
So hopefully, I'm really hoping that Armin will have a right way round Shure logo. I know it's such a small pedantic thing, but it just kind of made my day. And some of you were there tweeting back. Dan Morgan, who I know watches the live stream, says, I would like to know the company they used for their custom SM7B windshields so I can get one as well. Yes, I'd like to know that too, Dan. This is black while it serves the purpose. It'd be nice to have a blue one with the MRC logo on. And I like the way that Armin has the State of Trance logo on the sides and he has the smiley face on the front. I want something like that. So if anyone knows where you can get a Shure SM7B custom windshield from, let us know.
Nice. There you go. I love your OCD, Mike.
It even got as far as Armin van Buren's live stream.
There you go. It has got as far. But, hopefully you will be able to watch the further live streams.
Believe me, I watch every week.
I know you do.
And listen.
I know you do. There was a really good question from the Awesome Guy 101 who said, does the rule of one script submission include the super chats and the free script? So we do ask please do post one super chat each, if that makes sense, but we won't go as far as we won't produce your super chats if you do two. No, we won't do that. No. But you can submit a free script submission and a super chat, so that's okay to do. So just a clarification for you, the Awesome Guy 101. How about that?
There you go. Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
So we're here to answer your questions as well about audio. If you have anything you'd like to ask us, it's kind of the interactive half hour before we get into the production. We're going to play a little track at 5:30 the hour. That's our licked track of the week.
Yes.
And a ton of stuff happened in audio this week, Izabela.
It has indeed. So, it's kind of a good time to catch up with you. You have another 23 minutes to submit your script. So we give you up until 5:30 the hour to do so. So don't worry, don't stress. You've got time. But before we run into anything else, I mean, today and tomorrow really is the last day for you to submit your entries for our competition with Licked. And if you haven't done so already, head on over to mrc.fm/licked. We do have a current competition in which you can win Mike's wonderful presets, Adobe Audition presets version 3.0, and all you need to do is license a specific track from John Newman. The link is to it is provided within mrc.fm/win, and you need to use it in a creative way and just showcase your creativity in a video and submit your entry through there. It's as simple as that. Super easy to grab those presets, show your creativity, and we will announce the winner at the next show.
Thank you, Izabela. So Dan is really waiting for that Rode mic XLR soldering video that I'm working on. PSA 1, which I'm not using at the moment. Actually, I've got the Shure SM7B mounted on the Blue Compass, which is okay. It's just not very flexible. But the PSA 1's brilliant. So I'm making a video about how I threaded the wire through and soldered the ends. It's coming up, Dan. I'm going to prioritize it a little bit for you. We've had quite a content-heavy few weeks here, just because things have been happening. Like, for instance, if you go to my channel, if you're not already watching on YouTube, please subscribe first and foremost, particularly if you like our content. But head on over and you'll see down here a few new videos, including, my goodness, tons happened. June 2020 updates from Adobe. We had our Rode version 2.1 firmware update for the Rodecaster Pro as well. And also I've started dropping new Adobe Audition tutorials, including a huge fat 21-minute getting started tutorial that dropped yesterday on the channel. And if you didn't already notice, Adobe Audition now has a purple logo.
I know. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Oh, don't get all hung up about change. I actually love it. I think it's brilliant. At first,
Yes.
And you might be surprised. You might raise an eyebrow because yesterday when I hit the update, no, it wasn't yesterday, it was Wednesday. I hit the update button. I was like, oh. But then I could see the bigger picture. So, because I was like, oh yeah, Adobe Audition, it's green. It's the one with the green logo. It's so cool. We stand out. We're different and all of that. And now I see what's happened. It's kind of been bundled into the video and audio like umbrella at Adobe.
Yeah, which
that's
might
fine.
be a positive thing.
So now
right?
all the software that you use in the Adobe Creative Cloud to do video and audio has the same color logo. So you've got Premiere Pro with the PR and the purple. You've got After Effects with the same purple and AE inside. You've got Rush with RU and the purple. And now you've got Audition with the AU. So we're all one big audio and video family.
Okay, I get it. And you should probably mention, although I know you're being very modest, so you know, I probably need to mention that first, but it's absolutely awesome. And I want to congratulate you, Mike, because you have been very heavily featured on Adobe Audition, on Adobe Forums, not Adobe Audition, Adobe Forums, with your content, which is amazing, kind of nod and recognition from Adobe. So well done.
Oh man, you're too kind.
Oh, come on, put the thing
Thank
on you.
you.
Come on, have you gone red or something?
No. Can't see my reaction. Well, actually, yeah, here it is. Like, this is, first of all, on the Adobe Audition blog, Durin Gleaves, who's the product manager for audio. Absolutely love Durin and the team there. He has written a how to make a podcast bloggy thing on the Audition blog. It's really, really nice. And he's just thrown in like a few links to a few of my videos, which is really, really nice. So thank you very much for that. I didn't expect it. It's really, really nice. And like you say, yeah, if you go to the Audition forums, I wonder if I can find them, and I will post the link. If you haven't already been to the Adobe Audition forums, I'll just put it in the chat now everywhere. Head over there. And it's community.adobe.com and then / a load of bits. But anyway, essentially, they're featuring some of my videos in there as well. And these are new videos that I'm making based on your feedback and the stuff that you want to hear about. So essentially, I'm making the videos, putting them up, and then they're posting them up in the forum with loads of tips and tricks and pro tips. I like the pro tip to enable autoplay on the media browser window inside Adobe Audition. It's something I always do when I install Audition, Izabela.
There you go. That's it. So, so congrats, Mike. And I think that just a note to say, if you are in doubt that you are in the best hands when it comes to audio production, then I think you should be in no doubts. You shouldn't have any doubts any further. I've just lost myself in there.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that.
Yes. But just a quick reminder, as I can see, we have quite a lot of new people joining in. If you are here because you would like some free jingles, then you are in the right place. We're here to make free jingles. Head on over to mrc.fm/script. This is where you can submit your script request. You have another 18 minutes to do so. The script submissions close at 1:30, so another 18 minutes. If you would like to have your scripts just recorded, then submit through the form there. They will be recorded after the show and uploaded by Monday, end of Monday, at mrc.fm/FJF.
That's it. So thank you. So get those scripts in right now. You have another, around 17 minutes to do it and join in with the show.
Live from our studios on the Isle of Wight. Free Jingle Friday.
How about that, great mate?
Script. You are just like cutting me off. Okay, it's jingle time. Izabela, stop talking. That's it, right?
Of course. That's the thing. Listen, Izabela, you are the CEO of a jingle production company. It'd be really bad if you started abusing jingles.
Yeah, not that you don't.
Never. I love jingles. I've loved jingles all my life.
Yeah.
In fact, that's where it all started for me when I was, even before I was a teenager, and I used to listen to Capital FM London down in the basement in my house, and because I was based in the home counties here in the UK. Home counties for those people watching outside the UK. This is essentially the counties that surround London. So that's where I grew up, and of course, in London, you could pick up Capital FM, which was the big city station. But of course, it was a bit dodgy on the outskirts. So what I actually had to get my mum and dad to do, I can't believe, I must have been 11, 12, maybe 13 years old. I had to get them to get like a Sparky round to come around and essentially put an FM aerial on top of the house, wire it down using coaxial cable into my room in the basement. I was in the basement, and then that coax would go into my hi-fi system, and then I'd be able to tune, not even with digital, it was one of those like little dial things, 95.8. And that's where it all started for me.
Nice. That's very good. Well done. What else? I was just looking at your notes, and Steve has posted greetings from a 34 degrees Bucharest in Romania. Wow.
All right. Rub it in. Why don't you? We're really hoping that the UK government will allow us to travel. I understand places like Greece. I can see hyperlinks is in Jamaica. These places are wonderful. We're really hoping in a couple of weeks that we might be able to go on holiday. We've got a holiday booked, but if you see what I mean, we don't know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
This was before all of the world pandemic stuff.
We booked our holiday in January, so obviously, before everything just went entirely the wrong way. So we are due to travel to Croatia. We really hope we will be able to go. The government today has decreased the level of alertness in the UK to 3. So we are kind of like, could this be? We are due to travel. Yes. We're due to travel on the 5th of July, by the way, and the government is set to make changes from the 4th. So we're kind of cutting the wire to the the last minute, but we are positive. We're staying positive, and hopefully we'll be going on holidays. So keep your fingers crossed for us too. We really need to have some time off. Hopefully things will slowly start returning into normal. I think that we all really need it, don't we? So,
it'd be nice. It'd be nice. How are you doing, by the way, wherever you are? Let us know how you're getting up to, what you're getting up to. Are things kind of getting to normal, or are you still locked down? I was speaking to a lot of my friends in California, Southern California recently, and I understand they've still been sheltering in place for 3 months now, with no sign of things particularly improving out there. So to all my Californian friends, I hope you're doing well and staying healthy and things are good. And anyone watching from around the world, because I know we have an international audience. We have Pakistan in the house. We have Australia in the house. France, often Germany, Switzerland comes in. All of them, we see these in the analytics after the live stream. It's quite fascinating that well over 100 countries in total tune in at some point to this live stream. So truly, Izabela, we are a global audio family.
We certainly are. I'm just looking at Patrick's comment, who says that my microphone needs to be at 45-degree angle downward. At this time, the capsule is wrongfully facing my mouth. So what does it mean?
You got your capsule in the wrong places.
I don't know.
What's that? I can't see the comment. Oh, Izabela, microphone needs to be at 45-degree angle downward. So it's wrongly facing your mouth. Let's get that sorted out.
Is that better? I don't know.
Let us know. Patrick, I often see Patrick in the comments, and Patrick, you seem to know what you're talking about. So do give Iz some tips. Otherwise, I'll have to pop round and just make sure you're good. You're kind of sounding all right, though. You're not sounding too bad. As long as you're not popping.
I'm not popping. I don't like popping.
Give us a Peter Piper.
Peter Piper, eat the Peter Rabbit.
What? Oh, dear. That's
Sorry.
crazy.
This went totally wrong.
Student FM say you're sounding great.
Okay.
So how has your week been, by the way? Let us know in the comments wherever you're watching. A lot of people watching on YouTube right now. Yeah. There's so much going on. So Jay has the Neumann TLM 103 there in front of her. It's a rather snazzy mic. We've had around. It's just been like mics all over the place recently. Yesterday, actually, I put a video out. Elgato were kind enough to send through their new Wave 3. That's an interesting new mic for creators. It's definitely serving a market. It's probably serving those creators who don't want to compress and process their mic. What I was really impressed with the Wave 3 was that, and it launched yesterday, by the way, it has like an anti-clipping technology. So it stops you clipping, Izabela.
That's cool.
Not that you do.
Not that I do. No, not that I do. There you go.
It's actually tiny. It's smaller than I thought. Here it is. I got it in the shrink wrap. And what it is a USB mic. So probably not a mic I'll be using. Can you see that? Hang on. Let's get a close up there. Not a mic that I'll be using, but all the same, it's good for creators who just want to do it with minimum gear. So I was really interested, and I was reading more about this anti-clip technology because, like, how are they doing that? Like, what's going on there? Have they got a limiter built into the mic? But no. Oh, no, they haven't. Do you know how they've done it is?
How?
Apparently, they have, like, 2 recorder thingies. I'm being very technical here. But essentially, they have 2 different... what am I looking for here? Outputs that go into your computer. I think it's done inside the A to D converter. But essentially, it's at two different levels. So there's one level, normal level, and one level reduced or padded down by -6 or maybe -12 dB. So essentially, if you start shouting, then it flips seamlessly over to the reduced, padded level version thingy. Sorry, I'm not being technical today. I'm having a mind blank. And it switches to that. So essentially, technically, you can never distort.
Nice. Well, that's very good. I mean, I can see how this is a really appealing choice for online content creators, beginner online creators. It's a good price. Relatively decent for for USB. It's a good stuff there. So USB-C, and made in collaboration with Lewitt. We know they make really good microphones, so you kind of can't go wrong with it.
We love Lewitt,
right? Yeah,
absolutely love Lewitt.
So that's really cool. Just a quick reminder: you have 11 minutes to post your script submissions. Head on over to mrc.fm/script. If you would like to have your script recorded and produced away, then you can upgrade within the form or post a super chat, which is yellow or above, please, as you all have done so far. So
absolutely. So it's a really awesome live stream, and like I say, tons of stuff happening in the world of audio this week. It's like being on an overload of audio stuff. The Rodecaster Pro, as you know, we mentioned this actually because it was over a week ago now, dropped firmware 2.1, and of course we've got a Rodecaster sitting over that side of the studio. Use it every so often, and it's cool. A lot of people that we work with also use the Rodecaster, so obviously need to have one in the kit to be able to figure out how it all works. But essentially you can now tweak all the audio effects on there, so that is really rather cool. And lots going on at MRC. Obviously I'll be using some of our production library sound effects very soon, so I'm looking forward to that when I get down to the production in 10 minutes from now, or actually less than 9 minutes from now. Just really exciting times, Izabela.
Yes, plenty of updates actually from our end as well.
Go on.
So I've kind of finally had it, if that makes sense. I've headed with the fact that we really are in the need of good quality music, and I'm like, we use a variety of different sources to source it from.
You're going to talk about this?
I am totally going to talk about this, and now I'm like, that's it. We are going to actually build a really substantial library on our end. So it's obviously going to take a while, but if you do know of a good musician, or if you are a musician yourself and you are interested to provide music tracks on a full buyout basis at a really good price, our budget is not super huge, then get in touch. We certainly would like to hear from you. That's going to be a project of mine probably for the next 6 months now, because obviously it just takes a while, so I'm kind of giving myself 6 months really to get this fully up and running. I've already started to upload some tracks. It's not really ready for you to see just yet, because I can't really show you a page with just a small number of things. But I guess the biggest thing for us to overcome is the fact that it just takes a long time to upload and prepare each track fully, for a nice presentation.
Yes.
So that's one update. And the second update, actually, again, it's just based on the feedback that we got from our customers and users like yourself, is I am making within our website ability to order commercials based on usage and license for specific amount of time. So again, so far you had to contact us and we had to give you a quote, but I'm just putting it all online, so you can essentially get yourself either a sung ad or a spoken ad within just a few clicks, the same way as you can get voiceovers. So cool.
Absolutely. So really, really good stuff. It is 22 minutes past the hour, by the way, in case you're watching the clock. Feel like I'm back on the radio. We never do time checks. Can't really do time checks. Well, you can. You can do international time checks by saying it's 22 past the hour. Anyway, this is Music Radio Creative Live. It's a free Jingle Friday. We do it at the same time every week, and we're grateful to have you here.
Audio production and more. This is Mike Russell on musicradiocreative.com.
I still think we need new jingles that say Mike and Iz. Oh, actually, hang on. No, we have got a few, haven't we?
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Mike and Izzy are live right now.
Well, look, lively.
Wow, wow, wow.
That's it.
Free Jingle Friday. Don't miss it. Oh,
I feel good about that. So have a
Nice.
bit of a jingle session.
Nice.
So yeah, lots of you asking all kinds of questions in the comment. They're flicking by. But yes, that is Mr. Clive here on my MRC mug.
Yeah, how is Mr. Clive? We haven't
Clive.
heard from him for a while.
Shouldn't be allowed. Absolutely no. You can't be drinking out of mugs. Got to protect the environment.
So all the random rants from Mr. Clive, right? He's been
Indeed.
I think lockdown is making it hard on him at the moment, right?
I can well imagine. I think he's going a bit loopy, actually.
I think he might be. So just a reminder, 6 minutes left. If you haven't submitted your script, do so immediately. Head on over to mrc.fm/script. Please, one submission per person on all the free requests. That would be absolutely fantastic. And we will be quite brutal and sort of delete duplicates and not, if you submit more than one, we will have to delete them all essentially. So just please obey the rules, if you may.
Absolutely, yeah. Student FM is saying, Mr. Clive, protecting the environment. Come on, he doesn't sound... Yeah, I know. He's just going loopy. I think he's gone a bit green. He's discovered veganism recently.
Oh, God,
he's kind of
seriously?
he's going a bit new age recently. I'm worrying about him a little bit.
Oh, gosh, yeah. There you go.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, it's unusual for Mr. Clive.
Trying. He's going through his second midlife crisis or something.
Yes, his study smelt of incense. It actually reeked of incense the other day.
Oh, gosh. Anyway. There you go, yeah.
So we are getting down to the production in around 5 minutes from now. Adobe Audition with, look at this, with its purple logo. And the way you can tell if anyone's using the latest version, there's a little purple AU in the top left up there. Can you see it?
Go.
So I'll be using the latest and greatest version of Audition. A few extra features, by the way. If you watch my channel and subscribe, you would have known straight away what they are. But for those of you that didn't have the chance to catch up, a few new features introduced, like, for instance, the ability to do file linking after you've opened a session and cancelled out of the link media box. It just now shows all your files with question marks next to them, so you can relink media at any time, which is really handy. And for those working on a Mac... you can now use system audio, which is great. So I always wanted that. Always really wanted that. And then the moment I move away from Mac, Adobe roll out an update to bring it in. Great.
Yeah, there you go. So they knew you you were going to switch, and I think they were like, oh yeah, let's just, try.
That's fine. I'm using PC now, and I like it. Actually, I'm getting used to it really rapidly. And actually, I think now, after 3 or so weeks of learning curve of getting used to the PC, I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling there's a lot more power here underneath my fingertips. And I still use a MacBook from time to time. So it just really annoys me that I have to hit Control and C, and then on a Mac it's Command and C, and they're in different places. And it's nothing good for the muscle memory as it is.
No, probably not so much. So, it's an interesting one. I can see that there are quite a few different questions coming in.
Oh, yes. Can I answer one? Sorry, I can see that Spice FM 107 TV is asking, what are your thoughts on the new macro mouse? That's very eagle-eyed because I've only mentioned it once.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not making it a big deal until I put a video out, but I am working on a video that will be out. So this is the mouse that I've been testing out for the last week or two. And actually, the good news is, over this last week, I had some time to map all 12 keys on the side with Adobe Audition shortcuts. Ooh. So today, I will be trying my best to edit in Audition just using the shortcuts on the side of the mouse. Nice. Maybe the occasional key taps, but not many. And then if it goes well, which I think it will because I've been using it the last few days anyway, testing it out, I will put a video out at some point detailing how I've mapped all the buttons. But for those of you who are interested, this mouse that I'm using right now, and I'm actually feeling really quite comfortable with it, it's the Corsair Scimitar RGB Elite. Really, and it's got these macro buttons on the side. When I first saw this, the picture of it, I just kind of laughed at it. I was like, 12 buttons on the side? I'm not going to use all them. And it's going to be awkward for your thumb. But actually, it's very ergonomic, more so than I thought it would be looking at a picture. So excited to try it out, see how it goes, and then record a video and put it out on the channel for you guys to hopefully learn from.
Nice. So there you go. Well, just 2 minutes remaining. So it will be time soon to play our jingle, Mike. 2 minutes remaining for you to submit your script requests. Do note that all the free script submissions will be recorded after the show has ended, and they will be uploaded to mrc.fm/FJF by Monday. So you will not get them immediately, as it's simply impossible for us to do so. But if you are requesting a super chat, yellow or above, or script update within the form, your jingle will be recorded and produced today on the show. So at 5:30, we do the cut-off point, and that's where you can learn a lot about Adobe Audition, all the little tricks and hacks from the ninja master himself. And it's a cool part of the show. You can just learn a lot.
Hey, yeah, absolutely.
Hi-ya.
Yeah, we will be doing ninja-style production in just a moment, but this is your 1 minute warning, and look at that. Bang on, 1 minute to go on this live stream. I started the countdown, Bet. So how about that? Not usually on time, but this week, Izabela, on time. You have
Impressed.
52 seconds left to submit your scripts, whether they're free or paid. Free, of course, get voiced. Paid, get prioritized and produced on the show.
Yay! There you go.
So very exciting. Now our track of the week is coming up in a moment with Licked. I'll tell you more about Licked after the track ends, but suffice to say they essentially allow creators like you and me to play commercial music, pop music, chart music on our videos, whether they're live streams or pre-recorded videos we're putting out on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. Brilliant. Check them out at mrc.fm/licked. Using that link that we'll post in the chat, you get your first track for free to try out. And we've got Royal Prospect with Fire coming up, Isabella. I really think you're going to like
this.
it.
About it.
It's a good song. It's a little bit Simple Minds. Enjoy this one. Royal Prospect and Fire on MRC Live.
I like the beat.
Fire in their eyes, and we know that we couldn't let it last, so we lie, and we know, so we roll along, feeling how we lose control. In my heart it's swirling on.
There you go. That is Royal Prospect and Fire here on the Music Radio Creative live stream. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was, a little bit Simple Minds in kind of sound with a bit of a kind of trancey dance beat at the start. Kind of builds, gets nice. We license that thanks to our friends at Licked, and they allow content creators to essentially use commercial pop, well-known music in their creations. It's a really, really cool service. If you have not checked them out already, go and use our link, and you will get your first track completely free to use however you wish, as long as you follow the terms and conditions. mrc.fm/licked. That's LICKD. I've posted that everywhere now for you to go and check out. And if you wanted a track to maybe license initially, I'd recommend you go there and license John Newman. And Love Me Again, is it Love Me Again?
It's Love Me Again.
Love Me Again by
it's such
John
a good
Newman.
song.
You know, the one that goes, hang on, this is going to be really bad.
Yeah.
I want to know now.
Yeah,
Will you love me again? That one. You know the one I can't sing. So go and license that track if you haven't done so already. If not, go and buy it. Doesn't cost much. For most YouTubers, it's like £6 or $8 in the US. And use it on a video in the next week.
Yeah,
and let us have the link.
No, you've got until tomorrow.
Oh,
for the competition. The competition closes tomorrow.
So this is a contest. You can win my Adobe Audition presets version 3.0, latest version. All you got to do is make a video using that John Newman track and send it to us. So if you got the time to do that today and send us a link before tomorrow, we'll be very grateful, and you'll be in the draw. But that's Licked. That's all about Licked. What do you think? Should we get down to some production over here?
We shall, most certainly. I think that we are ready to roll.
Alrighty. I'm going to hop into Adobe Audition, and I'm going to, fingers crossed that my presets work. But of course, this is all tested and, passed rigorous standard tests, right?
That's it.
FJF 2020-0619, right? Mm-hmm. That's the session title. That's the date.
May I just take this moment to say super huge thanks to Doug and Bjorn, who are doing an amazing job at being hammer holding people, spanner. I always say it wrong. Spanner holding people in the comments. They look after you in the comments in the chat. They make sure you get all the links as we mentioned them. So a huge high five to you both. You are doing fantastic job. And
now I'm on the funky 3 times more expensive than the SM7B AKG C414. This is the mic I like to use for the voiceovers, so you get a really good quality jingle. Now we will put a disclaimer at the start. Obviously I work at a fast pace, so can't put the usual time in that most of our all of our producers at Music Radio Creative will put in when you order something through the website. They will spend half an hour to an hour, maybe more than an hour, depending on the spec. Here I'm going to be spending 3 to 5 minutes on your jingle. So just imagine that I do my best, but that's the kind of level we're working at.
Absolutely. Plus, you've got to take into account that Mike is a true audio ninja, so not everybody can do what he can in 3 minutes.
Yes, and in terms of revisions, we don't do them on this particular live stream.
No, we don't. So just so you know, we work obviously to our best, but if you want something specific and you want
order through the website,
then you've got to head on over to musicradiocreative.com and simply place an order there. That's essentially as simple as that. We can't be tweaking and revising things on the live stream, because then that kind of would defeat the whole point and object of getting jingles created on the show and just showing you how to make them. So
yes, of course. And you always save a bit of cash, if you get a jingle through the show. And we appreciate your support, of course, very, very much. So I'm going to hit record and then we'll just roll through the super chats and the paid script submissions.
Let's do it.
And then after that, and after doing the production, we'll then do the free jingles off the air. So let's hit record. This is Beaumaris Secondary College Podcast, BSC Podcast.
No, it's Beaumaris, like rainbow.
Got it. Let's start again. Beaumaris Secondary College Podcast, BSC Podcast.
Keep watching Doug Hewson Keep watching Doug Hewson YouTube for more tips for content creation. You're in the mix with Lightning Blind Mike.
From the village of Summerdale, an extra long mix continues on Ziggy Radio. Shh, hear that? The snap, crackle and pop of true analog sounds. It's the vinyl selection, old school classics with DJ Mackie on playdj.tv. Counting down 10 classics from yesteryear. This is the Top 10 at 10 on East Lancs Radio with Chris Crook.
I wish I could find a better job.
Have you tried Jubal?
Jubal?
Yes, Jubal.com. Jubal. We help people get jobs.
Clubalicious, powered by DJ Promotions. The hottest DJ pool in Sweden, Norway and Finland. Join us.
You have made it halfway through the show. Show your support by getting an official The Matrix Happy Hour. Show your support by getting an official The Matrix Hour podcast t-shirt by clicking the link in the show notes. Now, back to the show.
Yes, yes, yes! You found the right frequency. You're tuned into DJ Nelson, playing the best hits, all your favorites, and never forgotten classics.
The classic oldies that you love. It's all right here. The best of the 70s, 80s and 90s on one station. For the love of radio, you're listening to The Crush. Counting down this week's dance chart with the hottest... Counting down this week's dance chart with hottest dance music that's compiled from the members' feedbacks of DJ Promotions in Sweden, Norway and Finland. Golden oldies from the 40s, 50s and 60s.
Happy Father's Day from 470 The River.
The Breakfast Show with Kirk and Brimo on Dougie Stone Radio, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m, Monday to Friday, 80s and 90s.
The best way to start your evening, you're listening to Garrick B on Inspiration FM 107.8. The Old School Mix with DJ Travis Gales on 90.7 FM WNCU.
This is Glenn Phillips on Inspiration FM, playing soul and funk. You're listening Country Superstars Radio with Andy Crust, coming to you live here at the theatre.
Come on, do it. You're listening to the Country Superstars Radio.
You're listening to Country Superstars Radio with Andy Crust, coming to you live here at the theatre. And now, here's the episode of the...
IT.
And now, here's this episode of the Elevating IT podcast, sponsored by Audit. Radio Biscuit, with music baked especially for you. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to the home of real safety talk.
You are listening to Safety FM. We'll be right back. Welcome to Tuega Wow, the show that brings you the latest and the greatest news and events in sizzling Tugarego City. Here is your host, Keng Gaspar.
No, it's Tugagarao. Tugagarao.
Tugagaro. Okay, let's do that one again.
Hang on.
Welcome to Tugaga. Okay. Welcome to Tugaga Wow, the show that brings you the latest and the greatest news and events in sizzling Tugagaro. In sizzling Tugagaro City. Here is your host, Keng Gaspar. Yeah.
Have we played this twice? Want to win a $25 voucher? Listen for when we play the same song twice in a row. Just be the first to message us when the name of the song. Just be the first to message us with the name of the song. It's Crunchy FM's. Oops, I did it again.
For all your jingle needs, it's Music Radio Creative. And yes, that was a jingle. That's for Michael Suhovsky, always supporting there at the end with a lovely jingle about MRC. So let's get here. Let's get into my declutter mode there. And yes, now we can do some serious business here.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into the idea of producing these jingles. Nice. So, like I say, let's move this out the way. Disarm those for recording, probably go in and make these a little bit louder, and then we can get in and do some nice production. So normalizing and normalizing. All of these jingles, by the way, will be available for you to download at the end of the show. And then, of course, all of your free jingle submissions we will get to and have them uploaded by the end of Monday, this coming Monday.
Yes.
Let's have a listen and see what we've got here. Let's play something back.
Omaris.
Oh, okay. Bomaris. Okay. So we're going to cut this here and cut this here. Let's bring some of this stuff over. See how we can work with that. So I'm going to be working pretty fast in my Adobe Audition presets with some sound effects from Music Radio Creative Production Library number 4 today.
All the details of that are at mrc.fm/FJF, by the way.
Yeah. You'll find everything you need.
Secondary college.
All right, so let's go in and yes, let's have a look here. So we've got... Okay, so I'm going to delete. Oh, yes, that's cool. And I've actually got...
Bomaris Secondary College Podcast. BSC Podcast.
And we'll move that. This is quite cool, actually. So I'm using the macro hotkeys on the mouse just to...
Podcast.
So that's cool. And then we've got this.
Bomaris Secondary College Podcast.
Okay, so again, cutting here. It does take a little bit of getting used to use these hotkeys, but I think having hotkeys on a mouse as opposed to a keyboard, kind of a bonus. Okay, that can go there, and we'll...
Bomaris Secondary College Podcast. BSC Podcast.
Let's just switch off the analog delay there. And play again.
Bomaris Secondary College Podcast. BSC Podcast.
So that jingle was entirely edited using my mouse. You see, I could definitely get used to this.
Keep watching Doug Hewson. Keep watching Doug Hewson.
All right, so we got this here.
Keep watching Doug Hewson YouTube for more tips for content creation. You're in the mix with Lightning Blind Mike.
Okay, so that's 2 jingles there. So just topping and tailing those. Move that one out the way over there. And we're going to go ahead and bring some more sound effects in. What have we got here? Drone. Oh, that's a big drone.
Keep watching Doug Hewson YouTube for...
Let's try that again.
Keep watching Doug Hewson YouTube for more tips for content creation. More tips for content creation.
Let's see what else we've got in here. Oh, that's nice. Let's put that in here.
Doug Hewson YouTube for more tips for content creation.
Okay, so for more tips. So let's move this up here.
YouTube for more tips for content creation.
Maybe pad that out a bit.
YouTube for more tips for content creation.
Let's see if we can double this. And again, just copy and paste. Yeah, that's cool.
And YouTube for more tips for content creation.
That's awesome. Nice twinkly in there. So what have we got here now?
You're in the mix with Lightning Blind Mike.
You're in the mix.
You're in the mix with...
Okay, let's make a little cut there. Whoops, undo. So that's going to be the cut, and then we've got...
You're in the mix with Lightning Blind...
Oh, okay, I see. So the mix bit is there. So let's make a little cut. Roundabout. Maybe need to zoom in a little bit. You're in the mix. We'll make a little... Let's make a little cut here. And stretch that out.
Mix with Lightning Blind... Mix.
Let's make that even longer. See how far we can make that.
Mix.
You're in the mix, and then let's place that in on another place down here.
Mix with Lightning Blind Mike. Mix with Lightning Blind Mike.
Oh no, maybe not. Maybe we'll get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's put that in here. And
Mix with Lightning Blind Mike.
there we go. Mix.
Nice.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see what we got here.
From the village of Summerdale, an extra long mix continues on Ziggy Radio.
Okay, that's good. So,
With Lying Blind Mike.
Oh, hang on. Redo. There we go. Okay.
Village of Summerdale, an extra long mix continues on Ziggy Radio.
Okay. So
Shh, hear that? The snap, crackle and pop of true analog sounds. It's the
all right, let's bring in something else. This is going to go nicely here.
from the Village of Summerdale, an extra long mix continues on Ziggy Radio. From the Village of Summerdale, an extra long mix continues on Ziggy Radio.
Okay, let's move that up there and play that back from here.
An extra long
Oh, no, let's move that up there.
an extra long mix.
Actually, I'm feeling like we might want to go for something a bit different here. Transition, what do we got? Oh, these are all quite short. Let's bring some pads into the mix. Pads are always good. Let's try that.
Summerdale, an extra long mix continues on Ziggy Radio.
Okay, so we're just gonna, I think, chop that there, pop that there, chop that, bring that in, like so.
Continues on Ziggy Radio.
Don't know why my master channel's so big. See if we can make that a bit more reasonable.
How are the keyboard, the buttons working on?
Yes,
your mouse,
they're
by the
they're
way?
good. Yeah, you know, it's like I have not been using these shortcuts on the mouse, the side shortcuts for long. So I'm kind of just clicking buttons, but mainly I'm using buttons
Clicking
1 to
buttons.
6 at the moment. But it's working pretty well, so I'll let you know. And
Nice.
yeah.
Shh, hear that? The snap, crackle and pop of true analog sounds. It's the vinyl selection, old school classic.
Okay, so we need something appropriate here. Let's bring that in from here. Much better than using a keyboard, I'll tell you that much.
Shh, hear that? The snap, crackle and pop of true analog sounds. It's the vinyl selection, old school.
Okay, we need to find... Okay, we could use something like that. I can go in there.
Hear that? The snap, crackle and pop of true analog sounds. It's the vinyl selection, old school classics with DJ Mac. It's the vinyl selection, old
Let's chop there.
selection, old school classics with DJ Mackie on old school classics with DJ Mackie on playdj.tv. Counting down.
Okay, and that's going to be a wrap there. So let's take this and pop it up there and see what we got.
Old school classics with DJ Mackie on playdj.tv.
We just need a finalizing sound effect there at the end.
DJ Mackie on playdj.tv.
And broaden that out a bit.
DJ Mackie on playdj.tv.
Okay, that's
Counting
cool.
down.
Okay, let's bring that in as the start of our next jingle, and then we'll bring in a pad as well. So many pads. All right, let's see what we got here.
Counting down 10 classics from yesteryear. This is the top. Counting down 10 classics from yesteryear. This is the top 10 at 10 on East Lancs Radio with Chris Crook.
Okay, let's just make a little edit there and pull that in. So see what we got here.
Counting down 10 classics from yesteryear. This is the top 10 at 10 on East Lancs. Top 10 at 10 on East Lancs Radio with Chris Crook.
Okay, right, let's copy that selection and we'll see if we can double track it up.
On East Lancs Radio.
On East Lancs Radio, let's pop that in there.
On East Lancs Radio with Chris Crook.
Maybe that's a little too confusing. Let's move that across a bit. There we go.
On East Lancs Radio with Chris Crook.
Perfect. Okay, on to the next selection. What do we got over here?
I wish I could find a better job.
Have you tried Jubal?
And what have we got over here?
Clubalish.
Okay. So I'm just going to grab this and this and this for the moment. Okay. Let's bring those down. See what we got here.
By the way, the fact that Mike is so super fast at making those jingles is with absolutely huge thanks to the fact that he's using the Adobe Audition presets. And if you would like to learn more about those, simply head on over to mrc.fm/presets to find out more. But you can buy those presets, so you could effectively be dropping and dragging the same way as Mike does on the show. Head on over to mrc.fm/presets. He's using the Adobe Audition presets version 3.0.
Yes, and we'll post that link everywhere now. So wherever you're watching, you will have access to a link should you need it. Right, let's bring this in here.
I wish I could find a better job.
I wish I could find a better job.
I have the best job already.
Have you tried
Well, this is all for the wonderful jingle.
Job.
Have you tried Jubal?
Jubal.
Job.
Have you tried Jubal?
Job.
Have you tried Jubal?
Jubal?
And then we'll cut it there and we'll go into the extra bit at the end. Let's bring that in over here.
Have you tried Jubal?
Jubal?
Yes, Jubal.com. Jubal. We help people get jobs.
Okay, so I'm going to want to cut there and do a little fadey outy over here. And what I think I'm going to do is actually, let's hold that in time. Ooh, slide that in time is not quite what I wanted to do. That's the one. We'll put that up there at the top.
Yes, Jubal.com. Jubal. We help people get jobs.
There we go. Just need to do a nice smoothie little fadey there. And let's do it there as well.
Yes, Jubal.com. Jubal. We help people get jobs.
There we go.
Abolitious.
That's a nice one.
Abolitious.
Abolitious. I think that should be cleverlicious. Let's extend that out a bit. There we go. And this is where my macro keys come in really handy because I just copy and then I paste, 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 paste. And we'll do something like this to make it pitch.
Abolitious. Powered by DJ Promotions. The hottest DJ pool in Sweden, Norway.
Okay, let's delete there, pop that up there, delete a little bit there, bring that in. Whoops, let's bring that in over like that.
DJ Promotions. The hottest DJ pool in Sweden, Norway, and Finland.
And then a final kind of glitch at the end. Let's bring that in. Oh. That's the one.
Finland. Join us.
Join us should maybe possibly be emphasized. So let's see what we can do with that. Let's pop it up here somewhere. And
Join us.
that's nice. Okay, what we got next? We got quite a few bits and bobs going on over here. So let's just chop this all out, bring this over, and see what other creations we can mix together. So let's bring this over here.
You have made it halfway through the show. Show your support by getting an official The Matrix Happy Hour.
Oh yeah, little mistake there. So let's go to the next one.
Show your support by getting an official The Matrix Hour.
Okay, so that's coming in over here. And we got this. So we'll have that, and then we'll have a pad next to it. So let's bring that in.
Halfway through the show. Show your support by getting an official The Matrix Hour podcast.
Bring that up there.
You have made it halfway through the show. Show your support by getting an official The Matrix Hour podcast t-shirt by clicking the link in the show notes. Now, back to the show.
Oh, cool, that works nicely. So we'll just bring that up there and...
By clicking the link in the show notes. Now, back to the show.
Perfect. That's pretty much spot on. Just a little bit of tightening here. So that will go in there. That will go in there. That will be deleted. That will be faded.
Podcast t-shirt by clicking the link in the show notes. Now, back to the show.
Okay, we just need an extra little glitch, I think. Which is going to... Oh, that's good. That can go in about there.
Podcast t-shirt by clicking the link in the show notes. Now, back to the show.
Awesome.
Yes, yes, yes! You found.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, I could have some fun with that, and I think I'm going to.
You see, my microphone didn't distort either.
Yeah, no, your microphone is good. It's well set now. We're happy with that. What I actually need, I wonder, zoom to selection, Shift S. Right, because this is getting. I'm just having a moment here. Right, I can zoom out and do things. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to assign some different hotkeys to what I've got. What I really need is I need a zoom out, bird's eye view, so I can find where I'm working next, and then I need to hit Shift S to work on the next project. So Shift S brings me in. Yeah, that's totally what I'm going to need.
Ross says this is a geek paradise. Ross on Facebook.
Yes!
I think Ross is right.
Yes, that's right. Of course. We live for geekdom. Right, what have we got here? Pad. Let's bring in a pad. Let's pop that in there.
Yes, yes, yes! You found the right. Yes! You found the right frequency. You're tuned into DJ Nelson, playing the best hits, all your favorites, and never forgotten classics.
Okay, so we'll just chop that a little bit there, and then we will end it like that. With this, I was going to copy it and pop it up here and just have a little bit of fun. I don't know if this will sound good, but let's try. Let's give it a go.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Let's try and sync that up a bit more.
Yes! 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 You found the right frequency. You're tuned in. Playing the best hits, all your favorites, and never forgotten classics.
Okie dokie, we're doing quite well here. So let's copy this. Paste, paste, paste.
Playing the best hits.
And then we need some glitchy stuff.
Hits, all your favorites.
And one more.
And never forgotten classics.
There we go. And then onto this.
Classic oldies that you love. It's all right here. The best of the 70s, 80s and 90s on one station. For the love of radio, you're listening to The Crush.
That's good.
Counting down this week's dance chart with the hottest... Counting down this week's dance chart with hottest dance music that's compiled from the members' feedbacks of DJ promotions in Sweden, Norway and Finland. Golden oldies from the 40s, 50s and 60s.
Okay, I think we're good to go there. So let's bring this one into the mix. Pop that in and pop this in. And then we'll go back and we'll bring in some more pads, because that always gives us plenty of space to work
The classic oldies that you love. It's all right here. The best of the...
hang on.
Classic oldies that you love.
Let's actually bring out that little glitch effect there and pull it in, fade it in a bit.
The classic oldies that you love. It's all right here. The classic oldies.
Let's bring that to the start.
The classic oldies.
Let's fade that a bit more.
The classic oldies.
Oh, I wonder if I can just eliminate that. That'd be nice.
The classic oldies that you love. It's all right here. The best. The classic oldies that you love. It's all right here. The best.
Okay, let's bring that to here.
That you love. It's all right here. The best of the 70s, 80s and 90s on one station. For the love of radio.
On one station.
On one station.
On one station.
Station for the love of station for the love of radio.
For the love of radio. Ta-dum. Let's bring that in there.
Radio. You're listening to The Crush.
Cool. Very nice indeed. Okay. Back out again. And we'll move this one in. Okay, what we're going to be doing with this jingle, I wonder. First of all, let's bring in another whooshy.
Whooshy. I like it.
Whooshy.
Another whooshy.
We've got lots of selection. Okay, let's bring that in there.
Counting down this.
Okay, let's bring that back a bit and pop that up there.
Counting down this week's.
Okay, we need to tighten that up.
Counting down this week's dance chart with hottest dance music
That's compiled. And again, we'll copy, paste, paste, paste.
that's compiled from the members' feedbacks of DJ promotions in Sweden, Norway, and Finland.
Okay, let's bring that in a bit. Put that there.
Norway and Finland.
And we'll also have a little bit of stuff going on under.
I have a quick question for you. Can I ask you?
Yes, you certainly may. Hang on, let me just...
That's compiled from the members' feedbacks of DJ promotions in Sweden, Norway, and Finland.
Cool, yeah, go for it, yeah.
Do you have like a favorite type of effects or music or like, the whooshes and bits that you like to use in your productions?
Oh, a favourite thing? That's a really good question.
It is, because I can
yeah.
see you're defaulting to certain things. So I'm kind of curious what your opinion on that is.
Yeah, I do, yeah. And as a producer, I think you do get stuck into a groove, a production style, and you kind of roll with that. Obviously, when I'm time pressurized and I kind of I gotta get these jingles out and I gotta do them one by one like that, you kind of do work on a formula, because like if I had to create something new every time, like we do when people place an order via the website and we sit down and we think about how the jingle's going to sound, it's different every time. But here, yes, I do follow a bit of a formula, Isabella, actually. Thanks for asking. So often when I start to make the jingle, I will cut up the sections of the words I know I want to have different vocal effects on. Then thankfully I've got these presets with those vocal effects embedded in, so I don't have to do any tweaks there. It's just ready to go. And because I've used these presets so much, I know where each vocal effect is and I can pull them to. I like to use my chorus. I love my chorus. I think it just sounds big and fat and amazing. When it's a long jingle, I love to put a pad from our library underneath it. And then when I need to break up words, I'll use glitches and breakers and things like that. Short little kind of things between the voices. So does that answer your question?
It does, thanks.
And often when I want to end a jingle, I'll put some echo on it, so it's kind of like repeating forever, like that. So yes, there is definitely a formula going on.
Golden oldies from the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
It's probably a little too aggressive. Let's just try that.
Golden oldies from the 40s.
Let's make that a little less. Let's move that up there. Good question.
Golden oldies from the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
That's it. That's what it's going to be.
60s.
There we go. That's very, very nice indeed.
Day from 470 the river.
Okay, we've got more stuff coming in over here. So let's grab this all and pull it down so we can start working with it. Ding. Okay. Let's move this in. Oh, that's a nice one. Let's bring that in.
From 470 the river.
Okay.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Which of
Yay,
course is
it's Father's Day this weekend, right?
Yes, indeed.
I wonder if we have something special planned for Father's Day.
I do hope so. Yeah.
Oh.
Happy Father's Day from 470 the river.
In fact, I've already requested that I just want to sit at home, because we can't really go out that much. I want to sit at home with you, and the kids, and I just want to watch 80s movies. That's all I want to do all day. Relive my youth.
80s weekend. Yeah. Whee!
So we'll be like, heading on the Amazon and grabbing a few of our 80s favourites. And I've already got my order in for Back to the Future. I want to watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. We watched Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark a couple of weekends ago.
Yeah.
So this weekend we'll be watching The Temple of Doom. And also, did I say E.T. Extraterrestrial? Maybe Gremlins, although that might be a bit scary. Ghostbusters.
I could never watch Gremlins.
Like literally, I want to binge on 80s movies all day. So if you've got any suggestions, post them in the chat. What's your favourite 80s movie?
Happy Father's Day.
Because that's how I'm going to be spending my Father's Day. Well, at least I hope so is.
Nice.
That's what
We
I'm.
can make it
That's what
happen.
I'm hoping for. 80s movies. Get your favorite 80s movie in the chat right now. Any suggestions? Very welcome. Because yes, we'll be looking at what we can get watched this weekend.
The Breakfast Show with Kirk and Brimo on Dougie Stone Radio, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Oh, let's bring that in. That's nice. Oh, yes, some good ones. Goonies, Back to the Future. Nice. Very cool indeed. Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know some of those. That is
The Breakfast Show with Kirk and Brimo on Dougie Stone Radio.
Yeah, a lot of suggestions for the Goonies.
The Breakfast Show with Kirk and Brimo on Dougie Stone Radio, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Okay, let's cut that there. Pop that up there.
p.m. Monday to Friday, 80s and 90s.
Okay, 80s and 90s should definitely go a little bit further up there. And we go
Monday to Friday, 80s and 90s.
Yeah, lots. Back to the Future.
I've never watched The Goonies, so that has vote for me. Clearly.
Oh, and The Breakfast Club, says Luis Riviera. So that's another one to be looking into. Good. St. Elmo's Fire. Oh, yes. Bring it on. I'm so up for it.
The best way to start your evening, you're listening.
That's quite a nice little twang there. And then we'll bring in an impact.
Start your evening, you're listening to Garrick B on Inspiration FM 107.8.
And actually, what I'm going to do
The
here
old school mix with DJ Travis
is make a little cut there because there's stuff coming in here. And we'll pop that there and pop that there. See how that sounds. Let's see what
evening, you're listening to Garrick B on Inspiration FM 1. On Inspiration, you're listening.
Oh, The Terminator. It's on Netflix, is it?
You're listening to Garrick B on Inspiration.
I don't know if it's. I don't think
You're listening to Garrick B on Inspiration FM 107.8.
If it's on Netflix.
On Inspiration FM 107.8.
Oh, and who can forget Beetlejuice? Love Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is
Yeah.
a classic.
Absolute classic. That's truly nothing will make me happier as a father than to watch 80s movies this weekend.
The old school mix with DJ Travis Gales.
Top Gun is not one I've seen, actually. You know, there's a lot of movies that I feel are part of our cultural education that we should watch, Isabella. So
Yeah.
let's get on it. I hope you're making notes.
Making notes.
Make notes. So we got this here.
The old school mix with DJ Travis Gales on 90.7 FM WNCU.
This is Glenn Phillips.
Yeah, we should totally.
7 FM WNCU.
So a lot to be checking out. And if a member of our audience recommends it, then that is good enough for me. So definitely want to be looking into some of the suggestions that you've been making there. There's a ton of stuff, right? Ton of stuff to check out. I think more movies than we'll have a weekend to fit them into. But yes, we'll give it a go. Princess Bride, Airplane. Oh, Airplane. Yes, Airplane.
Gosh, so many classics there.
Surely you can't be serious. Let's bring this in. But yeah, there are. And they're all good as well. That's the thing. It's hard to choose.
I know. It's like 80s was really
80s was definitely a time for
good music
movies.
and good movies. It's like, I don't know what on earth happened, but it was.
Yes. It's a good time.
Yeah.
This is Glenn Phillips on Inspiration FM, playing soul and funk.
Let's bring that in there.
Inspiration FM, playing soul.
And let's try that up there.
Playing soul and funk.
There we go.
So many open windows for all of those movies.
Ooh, yeah. Keep them recorded so we know. Animal House. My goodness me. The 80s was just phenomenal when it comes to good quality movies.
In Country Superstars Radio with Andy Crust, coming to you live here at the theatre. You're listening Country Superstars Radio with Andy
To the Country Superstars Radio.
You're listening.
Okay.
I haven't seen half of those movies, but then bear in mind that I grew up in Poland in the communism sort of, shadowed land. So
it's time to have an educational weekend.
I think so.
You're listening to Country Superstars Radio with Andy Crust coming to you.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, we need to download all of that.
You're listening to Country Superstars Radio with Andy Crust coming to you live here at the theatre.
I made a mistake there.
Can we get
At the theatre.
Let's grab the other one because that sounded better. There we go. Pop that in there.
Crust coming to you live here at the...
Nice bit of country to add in there.
Crust coming to you live here at the theatre.
Okay, so we've got this, and we'll copy that and paste that down there.
Live here at the theatre.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Ghostbusters is so good. I don't know, what age do your kids need to be before you can show them Ghostbusters?
You're listening...
Officially. I mean, official, or between you and me. What age do they need to be before you show them Ghostbusters?
You're listening to Country Superstars Radio.
I don't even know what the rating of Ghostbusters is.
But we kind of watched all of those. There's so many movies recommended here that I haven't even heard of. And I'm like, wow, and all of the actors that we know and love. And I'm like, this is absolutely a must. So I think that if we had to continue education rather than watching movies we've already seen.
Dirty Dancing from Darren Andrews. There's one for you, Is.
Yeah, I love Dirty Dancing.
Hey,
I must have watched
baby.
it like a million times.
So there you go. Dirty Dancing.
And now, here's the episode of the... And now, here's this...
Yeah, Ghostbusters is pretty scary. But actually, on the whole, if I was to compare them, I would say actually, I find Gremlins far scarier than Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I could never watch Gremlins.
Gremlins is seriously, that's bad.
Yeah.
Even for the fact that it's 80s and we know all the special effects are kind of a little less kind of scary than they are nowadays. I still find Gremlins far harder to watch than Ghostbusters.
And now, here's this episode of the Elevating IT podcast, sponsored by Audit.
Well, let's make that a little lower in the mix so you can hear the sponsor's name.
Sponsored by Audit.
There we go. And then we got this.
Radio Biscuit, with music baked especially for you.
That's very cool indeed.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, that's part of the next jingle, isn't it? Woohoo. Okay. Gosh, Short Circuit. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I love Short Circuit.
I've got a feeling that's either on Amazon or on Netflix. I've seen it on one or another.
Yeah, do a little check and see where these movies are available so we can because I think Netflix will have a lot of them, and we've got Netflix, and
Well, we've got Amazon Prime too.
Yeah, we've got Amazon Prime. So do your research,
Looking.
curate me a playlist, and then we can have a Father's Day doing that. Nothing would make me happier, basically.
I need to get lots of popcorn then, don't I?
Now you're talking.
There you go.
Popcorn it is. Is that a possibility? Are you suggesting that's a possibility?
That is a possibility.
Yes. I love popcorn. Seriously. Listen, popcorn and power tools. That's all I ask for this weekend. Is that okay?
Popcorn and power tools it is.
Don't go anywhere.
That's all I ask you for.
Anywhere.
You're
Anywhere.
listening to the home of...
Anywhere.
You're listening to the home of real safety talk.
You are listening to Safety FM. We'll be right back. Welcome to Toega Wow.
Okay.
Oh wow, the Exorcist. Is that how you say it? Exorcist?
Exorcist. That's
I loved
super.
it.
That's definitely
I
not one to
loved
watch
it.
for the kids, that one.
Yeah, no, it was super scary. I loved it though. Totally loved it.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, well, it was a good movie. I actually forced myself to watch that. Yeah, it was. It was good. It was definitely good. Scary, but good. So, yeah. Cool. Thanks so much. Can't Buy Me Love. Star Wars, of course. Yeah, but we could spend the whole weekend just watching Star Wars, to be frank with you.
We've watched all the Star Wars, though.
We have watched all the Star Wars. Glenn is saying, apart from the latest one, we haven't seen the latest one yet. Glenn on Facebook is saying Top Gun again, risky business.
Yeah.
Safety talk.
Salted or sweet? Oh, gosh. Well, I would go sweet and you'd probably go salted,
I would go
wouldn't you?
salted, totally, yeah.
Safety talk.
You are listening to Safety FM.
Safety talk.
You are listening to Safety FM. We'll be right back.
There we go. And then we got this, which is going to be...
Welcome to Traeger Wow, the show that...
Hang on, I had to do this again.
the show that brings you the latest and the greatest news and events in sizzling.
All right. We did get there eventually with this one, I think. So we got...
Garo.
So that's going to go there.
Welcome to Tugega Wow, the show that brings you the latest and the greatest news and events in sizzling Tugegaro. In sizzling Tugegaro City. Here is your host, Keng Gaspar. Events in sizzling Tugegaro City.
Need that to just come out a little bit longer. Pull that in.
In Tugegaro City.
Let's just chop that away a bit. And we'll move this down.
News and events in sizzling Tugegaro. News and events in sizzling Tugegaro City.
How about watching Live Aid? Yeah.
News and events in sizzling Tugegaro City. Here.
But, nothing will beat the Freddie Mercury performance from Live Aid. That was just epic.
City. Here is your host, Keng.
And then we just end that on a little bit of an EQ note up there.
Host, Keng Gaspar.
There we go. Lots of people are mentioning The Breakfast Club, which I have never seen. So actually, while I really want to grab E.T., Back to the Future and Indiana Jones, which I've seen before, it might be a good idea, Izabela, to just grab some... movies that we haven't seen from the 80s.
That's what I just... this is what I just said.
Let's do that then. Let's do that. Because they're going to be classic.
They are going to be
Play
classics.
this
I've got a whole list that I'm
Play this
just emailing
twice?
now.
Want to win a $25 voucher? Listen for when we play the same song twice in a row. Just be the first to message us when the name of the song. Just be the first to message...
Cutting there.
Just be the first to message us with the name of the song. It's Crunchy FM's. Oops, I did it again.
Okay, that's quite nice.
I
Did it again. Yeah.
All your jingle needs, it's music, radio, creative.
Oh, it can't be. That's like the last two jingles to produce. We're doing...
Yes, the last one is record only. As remember, we record all the yellow, produce all the yellow above, but the last one is voice only.
Oh, okay, so I'll delete that. So one more jingle
no,
to
don't
work on.
delete it because you want to make sure to save it, right?
Well, yes, it'll be saved with the session file.
Yes.
Right, let's do this. And then we probably, we can stay for another 15 minutes or like maybe 5 minutes. Five more minutes, I think. And then 5 minutes, everyone, 5 minutes. I feel like I'm talking to the kids. We're going in 5 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes.
You've got 2 minutes left.
30 seconds. Okay, kids, it's time to go. Oh, but we did warn you. Sorry. Just having a father moment there. Head of Father's Day.
There you go.
We're going in 5 minutes, everyone. Don't be disappointed. Sounds like the kind of thing Mr. Clive should say, right?
Yeah, right.
We're going in 5 minutes, all right? Over and out. RoboCop. Yes.
That's it. I watched Robocop. Really liked it.
Yeah, let's stick on some Dire Straits and REO Speedwagon this weekend. Can we have it all 80s? Can I have the 80s music, the 80s movies? Let's just do an 80s Father's Day. That's cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, buy me a hammer. I want a hammer for Father's Day. Just get me a... No, actually, no, I've got a hammer. Get me a mallet. I want a mallet. Can I have a mallet?
What on earth is a mallet?
Do you not know what a mallet is? It's like a softer version of a hammer.
You already have it.
When you I know, but it's
So
just,
come on,
otherwise
you
I
don't
wouldn't have
one,
anything to
you
talk about, would
already
I?
have. Come on.
Just like a mallet is a softer version of a hammer. It's like when you want to smash something, but you don't want to break it into pieces, you hit it with a mallet. Just like in the UK, for those watching in the UK, just like Timmy Mallet with Mallet's Mallet. Who remembers Timmy Mallet? Just
Seriously.
post in the chat now if you're from the UK and you remember Timmy Mallet.
There
Who
you
remembers Timmy Mallet? Children's TV, again from the 80s, here in the UK, of course. So for our international viewers, I apologise. You probably definitely don't know who Timmy Mallet is. But
By the way, who thinks Mike needs a haircut? Just hit the thumbs up, and if so, I will give him a haircut next time. I've had enough now.
it's not going to happen, Isabella.
I'm just going to seriously just turn up behind him and just start cutting, and then he will have no choice.
Absolutely not happening. No way. Absolutely no way. So, yeah, Gregory Mitchell has got the mallet picture going on there in the chat, which is good to see. But don't give me a buzz cut. No, actually do give me a buzz cut. Come on, does nobody remember who Timmy Mallet is? Oh no, Love Audio Production says, sadly, yes. Mallet's Mallet! I've worked with Timmy Mallet, says Dommy Barton Experience. That's very nice. I'm not in the UK, and I remember Timmy Mallet. Seriously? Is Timmy Mallet of international fame? That's amazing. He wore the most amazing Hawaiian shirts. It's probably where I got my inspiration to wear Hawaiian shirts from. Probably Timmy Mallet that gave me the idea
There you
that
go.
Hawaiian shirts are a good idea.
Have we played it?
Chris loved Mallet's Mallet. The word association game that you can't hesitate. Yeah, very wacky Timmy Mallet, Pro Custom Audio. We've got to play Mallet's Mallet this weekend, although we need a giant fluffy mallet that doesn't hurt people. Because what he used to do, you probably couldn't do it on TV now. He used to get like two kids in the studio, and then like he'd play this word association game, and the first kid to hesitate, he'd whack them over the head with this fluffy mallet.
Seriously, that would totally not.
That's
fly
totally
today,
80s
right?
TV. Like you wouldn't be able to do it on TV. It's like
No.
health and safety and child protection now. It's
No,
like
that's
you
it.
can't be whacking them over the head with a big giant fluffy mallet. Crazy.
There you go.
Timmy Mallet, children's TV at its best. Yes.
There you go.
Have we played this twice? Want to win a $25 voucher?
Oh, hang on. We need to move our sound effects around a little bit. There we go.
Have we played this twice? Want to win a...
That's right. Whack-a-day. Of course, it was Whack-a-day.
Have we played this twice? Want to win a $25 voucher? Listen
It never fails to surprise me, like how many people watching this stream have actually seen the same things I have.
Listen for when we play the same song twice in a row.
Oh, and I think there's more or not.
Just be the first to...
And then there's this, yeah. So
Twice in a row. Just be the first to message us
that is-
twice in a row. Just be the first to message us
Oh, yeah.
twice in a row. Just be the first.
Chris, you're absolutely right. Pat Sharp and Funhouse needs to be back on our TV sets. But he'd have to grow that big mullet back.
Twice in a row. Just be the first to message us with the name of the song. It's
He'd have to grow back all his 80s hair, which was awesome, by the way. Again, another very inspirational
name of
thing.
the song. It's Crunchy FM's. Oops, I did it.
It's that was an awesome thing about the 80s. Long hair.
Oops, I did it again.
All right, Chris. Yes, you posted it 4 times. I think that's a mistake. Posted it 4 times already in the chat. Right, we're going in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm just going to mix this down. We'll just spend the last 2 minutes talking. Oh, hang on. Oh, I didn't even save the session file for the whole of this production session. Naughty. Right, let's mix this down. So we'll be uploading your produced jingles and your voiceovers from the produced session. Then we'll have your free jingles with you by the end of Monday at the latest. And let's just talk about your Pro Custom Audio. You're very kind, actually. You know, Pat Sharp was one of my heroes from the 80s. Let's just talk about 80s things in the chat before we go. We're going in 1 minute, so get them in. Any of your memories of the 80s. How can I make, or how can Izabela, like frankly Izabela, because it's
How can
Father's Day,
Izabela? Oh, gosh.
how can Izabela make this weekend very 80s for me and very nostalgic? So we're already talking about getting a giant mallet to whack the kids with when they don't say the right words. Mallet's. We'll have a bit of Pat Sharp and Funhouse. We'll have The Breakfast Club and Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, E.T., Gremlins, Ghostbusters, Top Gun, Airplane, all those movies. Yes, we'll get an Atari out. We've actually got one of those Nintendo NES minis
Yeah, we do, don't
that
we?
plugs into the TV via HDMI. So we'll play some Super Mario Brothers original.
That would be
Was born in
You
85.
should also
says
play,
Anton.
although it's not very 80s, but we love Super Mario Party.
Super
on
Mario
Switch.
Party,
It's
yes, for the
amazing.
Switch is awesome. So there's all of
Yeah.
that to look forward to, and so much more, Isabella.
I know, it's like Bob is saying,
No
no,
pressure,
pressure,
Bob.
Isabella, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
no
did
pressure.
we do like, I don't know, 60s weekend on a Mother's Day or something like that?
We can do that. You can request that. I'm going to save out this session file.
All right. right.
And then we're going to get out of here. So thanks for joining us. It's been Free Jingle Friday.
Yay!
We absolutely love you. Thank you for tuning in every week like you do. This is a really great show, and it wouldn't be the same without you submitting your jingles, doing the paid ones that we produce on the show, and of course the free scripts that we voice for you after the show. Isabella, any final words before we go?
Yes, so just remember that all the free scripts that you've requested will be recorded after the show and uploaded to mrc.fm/FJF by Monday. So they won't appear there immediately, but it will be by Monday. All of the super chats will be available straight after the show. Again, the same link, mrc.fm/FJF. They are uploaded as one large session file. So you will have to dig your own jingles.
Absolutely. Thanks to all our moderators. Thanks to Tim. Thanks to Bjorn. Thanks to Doug, who look after the chat so well in the YouTube chat. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Happy Father's Day if you're celebrating as well. And just enjoy yourself. Have a great time. We're going to have an 80s weekend. Bye. Bye.